President Donald Trump just gave us what a 2020 election cycle would look like if Michael Bloomberg ended up being the Democratic nominee. And it was disastrous.
She was really mean to Minnie Mike. I'll tell you, the way she treated her. He didn't know what hit him. He's going, oh, get me off of this stage. Get me off. Get me off of this stage.
So that was obviously from CPAC. And that was Donald Trump making fun of Mike Bloomberg's height. Look, I don't like the height jokes, but whatever, right? I'm not a majority of the American people. I'm not even, okay, so look, anyway, I think that right there is just one example of why Michael Bloomberg would be crushed by Donald Trump and why I don't think he can be the Democratic nominee. Now, you might be thinking, look, he's making fun of him. He makes fun of everybody. He'll make fun of Bernie Sanders, calls him crazy Bernie, right? Well, okay, but why is Bernie crazy? He wants to give you health care, every man, woman, and child, and then you actually look at the plan and find out, oh, yeah, it works, and I'd say actually save money. Well, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that was really crazy, and not giving giant tax cuts to rich people. Super crazy, right? But look, here's the thing. Bloomberg doesn't really have any concrete policy positions, right? At least that you could count on him enacting. Remember, in New York, what he did basically, and he's fought against raising the minimum wage, by the way. He's banned or tried to ban sugary sodas, right? That went over quite well, as you could imagine. He did stop and frisk. What his presidency would be authoritarian, right? Now, we already have an authoritarian president. I get that, right? But Donald Trump's really bad at it. Bloomberg in New York was effective, but at passing laws that were terrible for the most part. I mean, look, it was a polite authoritarianism, right? It's one of those things where, no, I'm just doing it for your own good because you're too stupid to do it yourself. I mean, people in New York, you guys are too fat. I'm going to ban these sugary sodas. Oh, you smoke too much? I'm going to ban smoking, right? It is your polite authoritarianism, right? And so that is a bit of a problem. He even argued that poor people should be taxed more because they didn't know what to do with their money, and he knows best. He knows better than they do. Not exactly a winning message, especially among progressive Democrats. He is the quintessential arrogant rich guy who thinks he knows best for you, and the only reason that he thinks that he knows better than you is because he has this massive amount of wealth. That's who Michael Bloomberg is, right? Now, Donald Trump, we know that Donald Trump thinks he's better than you just because he's Donald Trump. I'm smarter. I'm better looking. I'm more successful. I built more hotels. They don't let Donald Trump build anything. No, they just slap his name on it and pay him for it. That's it. But they've both got the same kind of arrogance. They are two sides of the same coin. Where Bloomberg is lawful evil, Donald Trump is chaotic evil. But at the end of the day, it's still evil. And so it's not really that much of a choice. And I think some people, or a lot of people, or enough people, would make the choice to stick with the evil that we know. And so there's the difference, right? Now, getting back to my original point, Bloomberg has the same problems that Donald Trump had. They're both racist, sexist, rich people who have only run to benefit themselves. I mean, look, you could just go look at some of the examples of Bloomberg sexism, right? Calling women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And then he's got those 64 sexual harassment or assault allegations against him, more than Donald Trump does, in which Donald Trump had a ton telling their pregnant employee, oh no, just kill it when it comes to their baby. I mean, come on, dude. Bloomberg's got all the problems and more than Donald Trump. And so, look, right there, you're going to trade one Trump for another. Only this time, it's going to be a competent Trump. Why? Well, the reason that Bloomberg is running is that he wants to stop Bernie Sanders from raising his taxes. He doesn't actually want to be president. He doesn't actually want to win. He wants to stop Bernie Sanders. He wants to prevent him from enacting any part of his agenda. Remember, Michael Bloomberg, again, he has come out and spoke out against raising the minimum wage and has promoted Social Security cuts and Medicare cuts. Same as Donald Trump. So really, I mean, it's basically about themselves and not about helping the vast majority of the American people. Now, Donald Trump, of course, we know why he wanted to be president: make money. He wanted to help his own businesses. We know that. And look, the reason that Bloomberg will lose, despite having more money than God to throw around on endorsements and staffers, is that he has absolutely no charisma. That is an important part of running for president. As terrible as Donald Trump is, you can at least say he's funny, right? But we saw that, like, Bloomberg is not funny, right? Again, no personality whatsoever. We saw that on the debate stage when Elizabeth Warren dismantled him within the first 5 minutes. That was during the Nevada debate. That's why in the next debate, you ended up having moderators with no control, candidates fighting with each other, speaking over each other, and an audience full of pro-Bloomberg DNC people. And of course, Bloomberg has given lots of money to the DNC to set it up this way. He bought off the debate. He cannot win. And by the way, Bloomberg can't win without buying people. And that's it. Now, you can't do that with the voters. And as much as I hate this fact, a lot of politics is style over substance. Donald Trump has this weird natural charisma, right? He's a showman. He's a carnival barker. He's a clown, but clowns are funny. And so there it is. People are entertained by those things, and Bloomberg has absolutely none of that. He will get mauled in the debates. His lack of meaningful policy positions will turn off unlikely voters. His claims and his record of not being consistent will turn off voters who actually care about that kind of thing. He'll turn off, obviously, progressive voters massively, black voters, young people, Latinos, and he will, just like Hillary Clinton, I believe, end up giving us 4 more years of Donald Trump. And right now, what's going on is that you have the DNC enacting its plan to have a brokered Stop Sanders convention. That's why you have Buttigieg that pulled out and endorsed Joe Biden. You have Amy pulling out, endorsing Biden, of course. But you still have Bloomberg that's in, which is really strange. But again, Bloomberg doesn't actually want to win. He wants to bring it to a brokered convention where either he or Joe Biden get picked by the DNC. And we already know that Bloomberg has paid off members of the DNC to support him. So I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever happens, Joe Biden or Michael Bloomberg should not be allowed to become the Democratic nominee. Because, look, Bloomberg, of course, will positively 100% lose against Donald Trump, and I don't exactly have the most faith in Joe Biden as well. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.